Ooh, you know what time of the day it is. It is Power Hour here on TopstepTV. The lady in the middle, of course, is Dee from Market Stalking with Dee. Deanna, how are you today? Thank you for joining us on Power Hour. How are we feeling? Tell us about your trades
All
today.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was on gold and platinum, so made about what 250, 300, something like that. I'm actually
Ooh.
stalking the gold trade for a smash through the all-time highs because those are kind of trades that I've seen happen before. So you can get like a quick run through them through the high, and then at some point they do pull it back because there's a liquidity vacuum above it. So that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see what happens with the equities. Obviously, equities are pretty explosive on most days during the last hour. But yeah, long day for me, so I need to kind of pace myself so I don't like burn out completely.
Right.
I've been awake for like 13 hours
Oh,
at this
boy.
point.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's
How's
hang
your
in
day
there.
doing,
Yeah, we'll
Dante?
hang in there. We'll dig deep. We'll dig deep. And I will dig deep here in this last 54 minutes of trade. Now, Deanna, all right. I'm seeing 23.8280 as the highs in gold today. Are those all-time highs as well?
No, so the all-time high in gold is actually slightly higher up, which is 83.84.6. So we're a little ways off from there,
Okay.
but
Okay.
gold just keeps pushing. We have the average daily range high that was kind of ignored. That was at 2380.3. So now it's still pushing with the equities. I spoke, I think, to you about a lot of these instruments correlating towards the end of the day in the same direction. So we no longer have those traditional weird correlations of inverse markets going, equities going up, gold going down. Everything is just going up. So that's another reason maybe not to fight whatever's going on in equities, because I'm seeing multiple single prints. There's a bit of an anomaly on ES, which is of interest to me at 52.41 half. So we'll see if we can get there. That will be one of the areas where I might want to pop in a long, but also it depends how the price behaves, because that's called a ledge on the profile, and if it gets defended, then that's actually a pretty good area to go long. If it gets broken, you can use it as a run through. One thing is for certain, then whenever a ledge is tested, you can expect a pretty decent momentum away from there. And that's true for most asset classes that have liquidity. So that's kind of my plan for now. I'm sitting on my hands when it comes to ES. Obviously, I'm babysitting this little gold trade that I've got on. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Happy to be here. Sorry to crash your boys' party over here.
Nope. No. Absolutely not.
Bit
We
of
need a
girl
female
power
here. Too
hour.
much testosterone. Too
Yeah,
much
come on.
testosterone in this power hour. Glad to have you,
Yeah,
D.
that's not a bad thing. Thank
It can
you.
be. It can be. It can be a bit much at times, Deanna. You know how this industry
Yeah.
is. There's too many men in this industry as is, and
I
it's
love
good to
it
have some.
though. I love it.
Oh yeah. Well, I
Too
mean,
much
you can handle
testosterone, too much estrogen, like, and not, it's not good
too
to
much of
have.
anything. Everything in
Yeah,
moderation.
exactly. Yeah, so we're just evening up the playing field here.
Counterbalance,
Yeah.
if you will. Dolby time.
Yeah.
Oh man, that YM trade, you nailed it. It did pull back
Mm,
on you once. Did you move your stop up to break even? Is that what happened?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Chat.
know what? And let's talk about this real quick. I think that I don't know, moving your stop up to break even. Yeah, I think I'm starting to see more and more just limits your upside more. I know we got to limit our downside and protect our downside.
Yeah.
But the entry's good. I don't know. I'm starting to see. I don't know
Mhm.
how effective it is. I know it's protecting our downside, but
I mean,
I don't know. What are your
yes,
thoughts?
I feel like my trade today in YM perfectly displays why moving your stop to break even is, I'm going to say, overrated. I think honestly
Okay,
you're
thank
betting
you.
against
Good word.
yourself and you're betting against your trade. So if you weren't here for fast markets, I had some really nice longs in YM at around, let's just say this general area of 38,505. We had 4 there, and we were early too. We were probably a good half an hour early before it really started to break out. I got impatient in this trade with my 3 or 4 contracts and ended up going to break even and getting stopped out. My stop initially was below the previous low, which was 38,470. And then with the 3 contracts, my target would have been the middle of the range, which would have been 100, I think it was like $800 or $900. And then the second target was the high of range, which would have been at as well, which would have been probably another 1,000 plus. So we're looking at about $2,000 maybe in potential profits that were left on the table because I was too scared to accept, I don't know, $300 worth of risk. So then you kind of have to go and do the math. How often do I have to be right in my break-even decision that I come out ahead in the long term? And, if you believe in yourself as a trader, you probably don't want to be taking that bet a whole lot because you're putting on trades that you think are going to be winning. And so all of those winners should be paying for all the losses. And so there really shouldn't be a need to be going break even. Now, maybe some people like it for like a mental capital type of thing. But in this case, I sorely paid the price. And I had a perfect entry on. I had a great system. I got out of it. And not only did I not have any profits, I kind of left me in no man's land as well, because I didn't really have a plan after this trade. And so once I was in I was like, I got out for break even. It's like, well, now I have to make something up on the fly. And that's like an even worse position to be in. So a lot to learn. And hopefully chat learned something too, but it was an expensive break even. Very, very expensive.
Hey, yesterday I overmanaged my trade. I went into a gold failed auction and I took, I think it was like 39 ticks, and then it ran straight to the other side of the initial balance, which was in my plan, for 240 ticks. Like, what am I doing? So it happens to everyone. I think when when you're under pressure and you're just not making decisions from the plan side, you're making decisions out of fear of losing. So that's always a bad thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think we try to find that balance. We were talking about, I think yesterday's, we come into it was patience with KV, I believe. And we were talking about, we're always focused on the upside in our trades, but a lot of times we have to be worried, covering our downside. It's all about, managing risk and so on and so forth. And that's kind of a negative attitude. And I get it. That's how we do trade. Always trade for tomorrow. And, sometimes we do get too, involved in the downside risk. It's tricky. Though. We've all done it.
There was one thing why, like, I don't like moving my stops to break even. I would rather bail out of a trade if I deem that it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, and then maybe get involved again. Because once the trade is in profit, even a little bit, it means that you've done something right. And yes, you can go back and smack through your entry, whatever. But if you're following your plan and if you're relying on probabilities, we should trust those probabilities. And I think a lot of us get caught up in not trusting the probabilities and then just focusing on any single trade outcome. And that's where the problem comes. There was one test that we ran on one of the algorithms that we did. And we were like, well, let's start putting trades on break even, like to maybe improve the returns. And what happened that it decimated the algorithm. Like you just never had, enough. Exactly. So one thing is for sure, that if you move your stops to break even too quickly, they will cut off all profit potential. So this is where partially profits is maybe a better choice, because you're still in the market, but you're not, you're not completely out, and you didn't move your stop to break even. And by taking a partial and covering some of the profit, you're not jeopardizing the stop loss placement, because we place our stops somewhere for a reason, right?
Yes.
So that's what bothers me about whenever people trail stops. You're like, why would you do that? Because you're just decimating your plans. You're saying, well, this is not right, where I deemed my stop loss should go, but now I'm thinking, well, actually it should go at my entry. Well, no, it shouldn't, right? So that's just the way I think about it. I don't know, whether, there's no right to wrong way, but I do know that I don't like the fact that I would leave so many takes on the table if I kept moving my stops to break even.
Right? Like, is it worth it? Like imagine we have like a 200, let's say we lose $200 per trade, and we go to break even on our trades early, but let's say those runners are worth $1,000. Now you have to break even what, five times?
2 to 1. Usually 2 to 1.
It is.
Yeah, 2 to
justify.
1. So once your trade gets to 2 to 1, you can safely cut it in half, and then you
Yeah.
have a risk-free trade. That's what the math
Yeah.
works out as.
Right.
So if you can get it 2 to 1, you can cut it in half, run a paid trade. I like to call those.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of good trade location, I got to give a shout out to our man, Coach Dakota here. He helped us with the house account trade this morning. For those that didn't see it, we were kind of fishing and sourcing some good levels here in trade. Something we're going to keep doing a little bit more here at TopStep TV. We're going to start up in the size here, up in the ante. Play with the big boys, if you will. It was just a 15 lot, first time I've ever done a 15 lot in the NASDAQ. But just to recap, for those who didn't see it, we did have Dakota. We were looking for some levels. And there in the NASDAQ, we were kind of range bound in the NASDAQ this morning around 10:20-ish, 10:25 Central Time. He's looking for a long to see a breakout. And sure enough, we saw the same thing. I don't imagine if you'd held that, it'd be like up $60,000 right now, Jerse. I've been thinking about that. Anyways, bought a 15 lot at 18,249, bought it 15 times. Scaled out with a 5 lot, scaled out for another 5 lot, scaled out for another 5 lot, eventually getting out at, 84s? 84s, I want to say. We got a hell of an exit at the time, but now looking back on it, I mean, we're 100 ticks higher for $7,000. So that was a nice little trade. It was a hell of a trade. We're going to keep doing this, right? So we're going to need levels from you, our live funded traders, because we believe in our traders, right? Here at TopStep, we back our traders. How do we back our traders? We put our money where our mouth is. So we get the levels, get a consensus, and we're going to pull the trigger, and we're going to keep doing this. So we're going to lead on everyone's levels. And yeah, so stay tuned. We might do it anytime throughout the day if the trade presents itself. Get ready. We're going to start slapping some big size around here. And yeah, get ready. It should be pretty fun. Now, I do hear that man Hogue wanted to get in here and say something to me. I don't know what.
Oh, really?
Where's Hogue at? Hogue. I mean, Hogue was there. Hogue was there for the entire trade. I'm hearing that Hogue's got
I'm here.
Feedback. Got some feedback for me.
There he is.
Hogue was there. Where I hear your voice.
Hey.
There it is. There it is. Hogue. Can you imagine if we were still along that sucker?
Oh. That would definitely be some intestinal fortitude, but there was a great trade. Hi, D. Hi, what's up, everybody? It's good to see everybody. That was really exciting today, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was.
it worked. I think it worked.
The thing I liked about it, Dakota, he seems fearless. We were basically, almost like buying the high of the day. How do you buy the high of the day? Everybody else wants to sell it. And, it turned out to be a great trade. I think we overmanaged it a little bit, even during the trade. Andre, I'm like, why are you peeling it off? Why are you peeling it off? We're going to risk 10. We better make 10.
Yeah, you're definitely saying that. I guess we're going to risk 7 to make 7 in all reality. I'm not going to lie. We took like zero heat on the damn trade.
You didn't stick to the plan. You didn't stick to the plan.
Yeah, it's
didn't
hard
stick
to
to
do.
the plan. I'm not going to lie. The plan was we were kind of freestyling it a little bit on that plan. It's a trade. Everyone's got a game plan until you get punched in the face. And once the bullets are live, it's kind of
right.
We're letting it rip here. But yes, moving forward, we'll be able to manage it better, move some stops up, perhaps. I mean, we had to get
Andre,
in.
You did a great job. That was the first time you traded the house account. It was a nice profit. It was wonderful and great job by Dakota finding that level for us.
Oh yeah, it wasn't me. Yes, it was a team trade. Jack was in there. Eddie was in there. You guys were in there. I mean, yeah. I think Anne Marie even got in on the trade. So that was really cool. That was really, really cool. We're looking for us to do more of that. Yeah, Isaac Rivera, all our top traders. Deanna, we're going to be leaning on you guys for levels, and we believe in you guys. And
so, John, while you're
we're going to show, not only are we going to fund your guys' trading accounts, we're also going to execute trades on your behalf and show that why TopStep is the biggest dog in this space. And we're going to start, move some size around and start flexing some muscles because that's what we do here at TopStep. So get ready. This is just the start. Michael's been throwing around some crazy numbers. I mean, he's talking about triple-digit size trades here towards the end of the year. So let's work our way. Let's see where the sucker goes.
This is going to be fun.
Yep.
While you're here, do you see the ledge in ES on the profile? 52.41.5. Just wanted to double check that with you.
Oh yeah.
What'd you reckon?
52. Are you talking about volume profile?
Talking about market profile.
Oh, I like this talk. Here we go.
241. There's an anomaly right there at 41.75.
Yep.
And that's probably going to get revisited.
Yeah.
What's the level again? Say again, please.
52.41.75.
Yeah.
Yep.
41.
There's a nice volume.
We're talking ES. We're talking ES.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nice volume spike down there as well. 52.40 even. Lot traded there. 11,000 contracts traded there. And it, we know it didn't spend a lot of time there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you want, I mean, you can see it on my charts if you want. So what Dalton calls an anomaly is when we get one single TPO sticking out just like this. There's just a one tick layover between like price ranges, price overlap, one tick overlap leaves what he calls an anomaly. It's just an eyesore, and the markets being very visual, they have a tendency to go back and revisit those levels. I've been kind of watching the NASDAQ up here around that weekly kickoff high of 18,500.
Can you share your charts?
Pretty good short. Yeah. Pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry. I just popped back in here. I didn't share the charts. My apologies.
I'm stuck on my YM charts. I'm trying to see if I can work some YM longs here.
If I'm not on mute, I'm not sharing my charts.
All right, taking a look here at the old tilt. We got 72% short here in ES. Maybe some top pickers. We know what happens when these top pickers come in these uptrending markets. They could fuel the rallies more to the upside. We do have a level that we're keeping an eye on, 52.41.75 in the ES. It's been a wild day today, folks. There has definitely been some opportunity. So, John, what are we looking at
now
there?
We got you, Hope.
Okay.
Now
we got the charts now. Again, my apologies. So, the market opened, left the opening range. We had an opening range trade that was pretty good. We took us down to our weekly kickoff low. I missed my entry there. The market continued to push higher. And as it's pushing higher, these overlaps of these 30-minute bars, this particular overlap left one single TPO sticking out like that. Jim Dalton calls those anomalies. It's just a one-tick price bar overlap. And visual markets, and all markets are really visual, the traders they're focusing on that. They're like, what is that little thing sticking out there? Even if you're not looking at market profile, it seems to make a difference with that one tick price bar overlap. So I'm kind of looking at this market as, there's a pretty good probability that at some point today, we're going to come back and recheck this level, that one tick price bar overlap, or as Dalton calls them, anomalies.
52.41.75 noted. Good stuff, Johnny.
52.41.75. And look at that volume on the 40 level. 52.40 even. I think there was maybe a little iceberg order there.
Yeah,
right.
Could be. Yes. Let's get in there. Maybe get the El Jefe in here for a house account trade. We'll see if this lines up. But we got nothing really shown on Delta. Plus 8,000 NQ, John. This congruent with market direction. So maybe some profit taken at the end of the day. We still have about 37 minutes left in the session, so maybe a little profit taking. We are, John, your weekly kickoff high. What was the level in the NASDAQ? Tell us again. What was it?
18,500.
My golly, look what we
still
got.
just hanging around right there
Look
right
what
now.
we got, folks. Get those levels up. Make sure you have room on your screen to have those levels up at all times. Ain't just hocus pocus around here. This is the real deal. Like Topstep TV, we're going to step this game up. Our levels are spot on. We're start trading bigger. The people we bring on the air, like we got Deanna and Hogue, our guests are better. What we do here is better. So get ready for it. We're just going to keep pushing here in 2024. Let's get it. All right. Gold.
Better level today, and it was in the S&P is 51.80 was weekly kickoff low. We got within a few ticks of it. Missed my entry on that one, but that's all right. I've missed better.
Don't worry about that, man. We don't. Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to keep crushing, man. We're going to keep crushing with these numbers, keep crushing with our levels. Let's keep trading. Let's step this sucker up.
All right.
Also, let's not forget, for everyone out there on Twitter, Dolby, the hashtag Power Hour, hashtag Power Hour. Please use that. We're going to keep scraping the internet for post some of your stuff. Ain't that right, Dolby? What are we doing with hashtag Power Hour?
That is right. Hashtag Power Hour. So Instagram, X, or the Discord TopstepTV channel. Please post your wins. If you've gotten funded recently, please let us know. If you caught a great trade this morning, please post a nice clean chart, annotate it so we can all read it and enjoy your wonderful trade. If you have any funny memes of Andre, Jack, or myself, we'll probably throw those in there too. But we just want to get connected with the community that is around the world. I think I did do some perusing yesterday and saw some people across the seas hashtagging Power Hour who are watching Topstep TV, which is super cool. So we don't get to see where everyone is from. So if you give us the hashtag Power Hour, that would be awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hashtag Power Hour. Please get it in there. Maybe we'll check it here in about 20 minutes or so, see what's popping up there. Yeah, Freddie, hey, let's go. Hell yeah, let's go. All right, guys. Well, this really happened quite yet.
8,700 positive. S&P Delta, negative 1,900. I did not want to stop onto your party. I can just I can go back and hang out. Just wanted to pop in, say hello, talk about that awesome house account trade today. Great job, Andre. Great job, everybody. I mean, it's a group effort with that. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dakota. And I'll let you guys get back to your party.
Hey, man, you're going to be pulling the trigger on the house account one of these days too, John. So we're all in this together, man.
Yep.
Get ready.
Have a great session, everyone.
Yeah, man.
And then,
thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
I think we got, might have some more. All right, taking a look at gold here. D, we're trying to drift in.
Yeah, he's drifting.
New highs here coming up 23, 80, 81, 670 now.
So if the high does break and we catch a run, I'm looking at kind of a pivot extension because we don't have any levels up there. Pivot extension falls at about 23.89. So that's where my target would be. We'll see if that happens. And then if it doesn't, it doesn't. Sometimes these events of popping the all-time high, they can happen after the close. It's quite funny. In the next sort of, they close the market and then the market reopens for a session and then they just bust through it. So that could be what we're looking at. But sometimes it happens during the last hour of electronic close. So definitely stalking that.
All right, looking for perhaps a pullback here to that 524,175 in the ES. We'll monitor that. Still about 10 points away from that. Dolby time, what are we looking at? I mean, we're just going to drift higher.
I'm looking at this YM.
All right.
I kind of want to get down to just trading one market. I feel like I've been playing it a little bit fast and loose with multiple markets, and my attention's a little bit divided. So I'm going to go back to just focusing on the YM. We have a really, really nice 15-minute range in the YM. It's even tighter on the 5-minute. It's just kind of trying to figure out if it wants to hang out up here or head lower, probably back to middle of range. Something I did notice is that we are making a series of lower highs, which is not great. If you were here for fast markets, we made a series of higher lows and then broke out. So now with a series of lower highs, are we going to break down? So that's kind of what is preventing me from hopping into longs down here at the top of range. It just does not seem like buyers are super interested in paying higher and higher prices between 38,800 and 38,874. So doesn't mean it won't break out to the upside. It's just, I think, a little bit less likely as there's some downward pressure in the YM.
Gotcha,
I wouldn't mind working some shorts, to be honest, if we can get back up there.
I remember him. Remember this guy. I remember this guy. Yeah. I remember you. Texas. See when you get you in here. All right. In the meantime, we're going to keep an eye on these markets. We've got about 32 minutes left in this session. We'll let you know those MOC imbalances do come out. And we got Eddie with his eagle eyes watching that as it comes out. Gold. Deanna, here we go. Gold. New highs. I mean,
wow.
Crude oil popping. Here we go. Asset prices commodities are rising here. Taking a look at the 10-year yield just for reference. Boy, 4.56. 4.56, up 20 basis points this week. So,
do you see that crude oil is up 50 cents after the 1:30 p.m. close?
Pumping hard, pumping real hard right now.
60 cents? That's unusual. Typically,
looking for news here.
Does not hit that
you know
much
what?
movement.
I looked at crude oil earlier today, and it was already like 3 hours into the session, and it just sat at about like 100 ticks. So to me, this is still really slow. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not really moving. So yeah, after I saw that, I was like, no.
Yeah, very strange. I got chewed up in a crude oil trade today.
I think it's the geopolitical risks. You know, they're definitely keeping it
Yeah.
locked down on an intraday level. So it's not, it's not good until we climb back up to about 180, 200, 220 ticks per session.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't really want to get stuck in the pain that is crude oil at the moment. There's just momentum is just so lackluster. It's very difficult. Like you'd be sat in a trade for like an hour, 2 hours. It's like, come on, really?
Like do something. Anything for MOC? It is 2:30 now. This 15-minute range in the YM is really, really tempting, man.
Tempting. All right, what are we thinking here, Dolby time? Damn,
well, you know what I'm thinking about.
Just pumping here. Okay.
Yeah, really, really strange. You know, kind of. It goes. It's kind of tying back to what happened earlier today about how to address fear when you're in trading. It's like, am I making decisions because I'm scared of losing money, or am I making decisions because that is my setup and that's my system and you know that's what I should be doing? And you know, I think it's even with this setup here, it's like this is a great range, so I probably should be I want to take this trade because it is my setup, it is the consolidation. Mm-hmm. So am I not taking it because I'm scared of losing money? If that is the case, that's not great. That's not a great reason. Same for moving a stop to break even. Am I doing it because I'm scared of losing money? That's not a great reason to do things. Right. And I shouldn't have moved the stop. I should have just left it where it was and let the risk, play out. So that's kind of where I'm at and I'm struggling with. It's like I want to make sure I am taking all these trades that present themselves if they're a part of the system. I don't want to be scared to not take them because I don't.
So what scares you? Let's analyze this a little bit.
Yeah,
what is it that scares you? The amount of cash? Amount of cash?
Well, I think
it's just like, or is it?
No, I think it's just like ego. I don't think it's the quantity of cash. I think it's more like I've had a series of losers today, and I tend to get like really emotional when I have losing trades. Sorry, chat, it just happens. So it's something I'm working on, but it's like I would say it's emotional baggage from earlier in the day that is making me like, oh, I don't want to take a trade because it's going to hurt more relative than it normally would, if that makes any sense. I mean, I don't think it really does. But, it's like you feel tender some days. It's like I feel tender right now. So I feel like any decision I make is going to be emotionally amplified by what happened earlier in the day. I don't want to be like Topstep's like resident emo trader, but I'm just trying to like, talk through what I'm feeling because maybe other traders in chat are also feeling the same thing. If they, get down a couple and they don't want to, they're all of a sudden gun shy on taking a perfectly good setup.
You're in your feels, as the kids say.
Oh no, where's Ginny at? She needs to come on there and cry or something. Just let it all out.
Well, we're drifting higher here in gold. Every time we blink your eyes, new highs on the day. Crude's still rallying. Something's up in crude. I have not seen a headline. Doesn't feel newsy, but there's definitely this rally after hours. So something's might be going on there. Yeah, S&P's trading sideways here, hovering around that 5250 level. NASDAQ hovering around that 18,500 level. So we'll keep an eye on that. Dow might be rolling over here at 38,800.
That's what I was saying. All those lower highs, man. So if you get down to the 1 minute chart on YM, not making higher highs. It's kind of just your support becomes resistance at what is this? 38,823. Kind of did the same thing at 38,855, and it's just kind of slowly bleeding over, putting more and more downward pressure on 38,803. So that's why I wouldn't be super interested in taking a long up here. I think it'd be kind of expensive, especially since we rejected off the previous daily range low. So that is a support become resistance area on a very, very large time frame. Doesn't mean buyers won't step in. I just think it's a little bit more dangerous or more expensive to take a long here.
Okay, well, I do want to introduce someone that's been in our waiting room at the moment. Is having a hell of a trading day. James, you're there. Let's bring him in. Hope he's ready. There he is, Mr. Nick T. What's happening, partner? How you doing? Well, you're on mute, my friend. You're on mute.
I know. I was on
Power hour jitters. That'll happen. Power hour jitters.
I wanted to make sure I didn't say anything stupid while I was in the green room there.
Smart.
But it's
Smart.
been
What's up,
been
man?
a good day.
How's it going, man? How's it going? For someone that's fun employed, you're having one hell of a fun employment today. And tell us about your trading day. Tell us about your trades.
Yeah, it's been it's been a wild day. Anytime we have a day like this that's basically trending up after the day we kind of had yesterday, a lot of single prints and things in the last few hours. I'm kind of personally baffled a little bit by this move. I mean, I made most of my money in the early part of the session and then gave a smidge back trying to short a recent high around 480s on the NASDAQ. So gave away about $1,000 of my $8,000. So I won't be touching my live account here this afternoon. I am currently short 503, which once again, I would not recommend anybody do, as we have single prints going in the opposite direction of this position, which typically is you're fading the trend, which is not recommended whatsoever. But I'm giving it a shot in some combine accounts that I'm building here. But most of my money was made on some longs early, shortly before the news release, and then shortly thereafter the PPI release.
Nice.
Awesome.
One thing that's going in the favor of shorts is that we are building some structure on the profile now. So we have like 4 TPOs in a row. That can mean exhaustion of trends sometimes.
And we are at
trends here.
previous
Crude is on the move.
High.
Crude's still cooking to the upside. Just made new highs at $85.69. Something's going on in crude. These moves are unusual at this time of day. Correct me if I'm wrong there, D or Dolby, but you don't typically see moves like this.
Unusual.
Absolutely.
Yeah, unusual.
You're 100% right. Very unusual. Okay. Yeah, it usually doesn't move at this time of day. I looked around. I tried to have a look at financial juice. I don't really see anything too obvious. We do have, did we have some OPEC news today? So maybe that's, maybe that put a little bit of a movement in there. But I thought that was earlier in the day, so it doesn't quite match up with, they said something. So yeah, I definitely don't see anything. So I think it might be just a technical drift along with everything else that's going on, because ES does have a positive correlation with crude oil towards the end of the day. So now everything's just pumping up, and it looks like crude oil is maybe just trying to catch up to the correlation. So that would be maybe my guess.
Thank you, Eddie.
It was lagging a bit. Everything was moving. Everything was like, screaming higher, and crude oil was just like, no, we're just hanging. We're not doing anything. So now maybe it's like, oh, shit, everything else is moving. Hold on. So maybe it's that, kind of like a correlation pull that is having a bit of an effect.
We got a Delta update. Delta update here, minus 2,400 in the ES. RP says somebody knows something. We thought of that yesterday too, and they were actually wrong, but we did get reports that I think Morgan Stanley may have gotten the number early. Who knows with the legitimacy about that? Nick T up $7,000 today on the live funded. What are you eligible to take a payout, and what threshold would you have to cross in order to take a payout?
Yeah, I did just take a pretty large payout. I mean, I took about $40,000 out of my basically between my live and a transfer to when my XFAs got moved over in the last 2 weeks. So I'm good for right now. I'm trying to build my balance back up to, somewhere between 40 and 50K in my live. And I'm still working on getting some XFAs off the ground. I've just been struggling. I think it's the hardest time to trade is when that balance goes back to zero and, you're a little looser of a trader with stops and then trading the NASDAQ and trading a little more size at times like I typically do. So sometimes when you are starting back from a zero balance and have a little less wiggle room at times to have a bad day before that account is virtually blown with the way I typically trade my strategy. So that's been tough. It always is kind of when you get XFAs moved over to your live account that then have to, restart some combines and then restart some XFAs to build that cushion back up. So as much as I love taking payouts, it does kind of put me in a weird position for the next few days or weeks as I try to kind of get back to where I was. We are not moving right now. I've been sitting in this short for basically since I was getting set up to jump into this.
I was going to join you on the short, but we aren't moving.
Not very powerful power hour for now. It's a sideways power hour.
Yeah,
it's a sideways hour
jumping right now.
Let me see what the
new hashtag.
Yes, hashtag Power Hour. Get it in there. Share with us. Maybe by the end of that, boy, gold is just drifting and drifting and drifting.
It's slowly edging higher, like every little bit,
Yeah.
just like. This
Zombie
is why I
rally.
think we have that scenario.
Although we make a new high here. I'm out.
Through the all-time high. Yeah.
Let's see.
What do you got there, Nick T?
I might cut this if we make a new high on the day here.
Getting close.
Yeah, I mean, all the liquidity in the YM is all sitting above price. It's not that much. Not that much is really below it.
What are you seeing? What are you seeing, Dolby? What kind of size?
We got like, you're out. All right. So Nick T's out of his trade. I mean, 38,830 in the YM has like up to 60 there. 832 has 40 contracts. 835 has 73. And then there's another 100 sitting at 38,900. But then if you look down the ladder below the offer, it's everything. Oh, we got a couple at 78.9, and then 79.1. Got 60s and 50s, but no hundreds below the YM ladder. So just barely hanging on to 38,800. 20 minutes left. I still would be interested in working some shorts, but they need to be higher up. We could try one long. It'd be a really, really cheap trade, though.
We got Coach Dakota in the chat say, okay, I'm short NQ again here for another pullback towards 18,500. Dakota's calling us short. The perma bull is getting short. New highs in gold. New highs in gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
God, it just does not want to make a higher high on the 1 minute at all. At least not yet.
Nick T, what are you looking at? I know you're flat. You're sitting on some profits right now. What would it take for you to get back into this market? Or you just kind of ride it out? You got 19 minutes left. Just lock it up and call it a day.
Yeah, not a lot. I'm still seeing, let's see, gamma exposure is still the largest strike is at 5,200. No surprise.
Yep.
It could be like yesterday where they make a run to try to push us back towards that GEX. Let's see, where are we at? 5208 roughly right now. I mean, I could see ES making that push back towards.
Is that what you trade, ES?
No, I trade the NASDAQ typically, but a little bit of ES here and there. But I use the zero data expiration options to kind of, at least at the end of the day, to kind of see how things may move to the largest strikes.
Okay.
I may get back into this short.
Okay.
I know shorts are tempting.
See, I would be tempted to do a short when we smash through the highs, kind of like to fake everyone out and then to have a quick rundown. I don't know whether we have time for that. Oh,
we got some apparently from Umar Aziz here in the chat. U.S.-Iran news moving crude. U.S.-Iran news moving crude.
Oh, that was yesterday, wasn't it?
Here we go. Popping gold. Huge pop in gold.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah.
Here we go. Wow. All right.
I'm long.
Gold and oil are the market movers. Are the market movers right now in Power Hour? Who would have thunk it? Typically it's the equities, but we got gold.
That's so weird, isn't it?
Gold's still cruising. Wow. All-time highs on gold. Thank you, Joshua Large. All-time highs here on Power Hours. What happens?
Whew. That's what I was talking about.
Andre, Dolby and I missed you last week on Power Hour. It wasn't the same.
I appreciate
I had tinfoil hat Dolby, and just it's just not quite as. It was just different.
Okay, yeah, well, it's definitely going to be Dustin. Well, I'm glad to have you. I'm glad we're doing this again, man. I think we met on Power Players, right? And then we got you on Power Hour. You never know. We got Fast Markets before you know it, Nick T. But yeah, glad to have you back. Some people say we look like brothers. People say we look like brothers sometimes, Nick T.
Took a bit of profit here, so made about 360. So
gold popping.
Not bad for a highly risky trade going.
I think I just mute all of the algos. They don't do anything when I'm on the show.
You're the silencer?
I mean, nothing. We barely get movement when I sit on here.
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to try this YM long. We're catching
gold is pushing. Wow.
Yeah, it's gone through the all-time high. All right, so I've taken profits there. So we're going to see whether we can get a pullback from here as a liquidity vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
Because they rarely keep it up there when when it pops the all-time highs. I mean, you're saying news. I'm just let me double check that.
Israeli Defense Minister: a direct Iranian
Iranian
attack will require an appropriate Israeli response against Iran.
Yeah,
good enough for me. Good enough for gold.
Yeah, good enough for gold. Definitely an excuse to run it up there.
Still going. Will we see 2400s overnight? Will we see 2400s? TBD. I've seen a little bit of a pop here in the S&Ps.
Yep. YM same. I'm fairly close to hitting my take profit for this one, unless it pulls back a bunch. But looking for half of the range, because that's what we're trying to do this month. So that would be 38,839 would be half of range. Only got filled on one contract on this YM long, so we're just going to do take profit one if we can get it. So kind of a base hit of a trade, because it's a smaller range.
That works. That works.
So what are equities doing? Like
equities are maybe upticking a little bit. Yeah, that's the problem.
Risk-off news, it's like nothing. Like,
right.
We don't care.
Gold and oil are responding appropriately, I would say, but equities
we
catching a bid.
Instruments.
Yeah.
They are risk instruments. Fair enough.
But
usually you have the risk off where equities sell off. Yeah, that's
exactly, especially at all time, or especially at these highs. You think it'd be a natural profit-taking event, but no.
Yeah.
Maybe just squeeze them.
This is what I'm saying. Right, correlations have gone all to a factor of 1 almost.
Yeah.
15 minutes, folks. 15 minutes.
Yeah, I did take profit on that YM trade. So I got long. This is my 100K account. So I have a 50, 100, and 150K account. I'm not going to have any more than that, so I'll just trade one of each. So we got long 38,806, bottom of that range, and then took profit at 38,839, which is the middle of the range. So for $165, took almost no heat, and on the board with a little base hit. So
good trade.
We'll take it.
Excellent. Yep. Excellent. 13 minutes left in this session. We're rocking and rolling. Power Hour has delivered this time. Finally. Now we're seeing a bit of a sell-off here in crude. Profit-taking, perhaps.
Yeah, this is what usually happens. You get some news, and then they kind of pop, and then they pull back.
Push it aside.
Right where they came from. Yeah.
Yep. Apple and NVIDIA popping. Thank you, John. We do see a bit of, Delta's okay. I mean, plus 9,000 NASDAQ, pretty heavy longs here at the highs, just a couple bucks off the highs. ThinkPod, ask yourself why. Why are equities not responding properly? More buyers than sellers. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. I'm not being a smartass. I'm not being a smartass. If you don't know, that's what my old boss, Jeff Waters, would say. Andre, there's just more buyers than sellers. Waters, you are correct. Can't figure it out. Just get with the trend. All right, got here, as you see, hashtag Power Hour. You see on the screen, very cool. Look at us, man. Hashtag Power. Above that, we see you've got 12 minutes left to the closing bell. Get your submissions in. Hey, guys, if we got a real quick pop quiz results, I know people in the chat were kind of asking for that. James, if you want to sneak those in real quick, we got about 11 minutes left in this session. There we go, real quick. Anything kosher over there? House account guru. Dak nasty, I like that. Cute little time. Small wick. Okay. MP's rants. I like that. Everything's pretty kosher. All right, cool. Thank you. So check your email tomorrow for those resets.
Man, did not really follow through with that one in the YM. We pretty much got perfect entry. Okay, nice.
Yeah, what price?
Tempting.
It's so tempting.
50. But
I'm sorry.
I'm short a 10 lot for funsies here.
Okay, from what price, Nick?
512.50.
512.50. Short 10 at 512 half. 512 half. Thank you. He's in the house. What rants? I'm talking about all your rants. Mike, we're talking about your rants in the past. You haven't ranted in a while. You got the MP is in the chat.
That's right. We missed
busy meetings all week in Chicago.
I love MP rants. I think they're awesome. They're very, very valid. They always have a good point.
He ain't wrong. That's the scary thing. He ain't wrong. That's
exactly.
TSTV misses
scary.
MP. So,
I'm going to leave a pending order in YM at 38,796 and see if it just stop runs it and pops back up again.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
We're going to keep on taking this range trade.
Before MOC.
Yeah, we're gonna have that liquidity injection here in
30
about
seconds,
yep 7 seconds. Hang on tight. MP
I mean, how do we think MP is going to trade? Yeah, I mean, I think MP would be trading pretty good. You know, he's had some time off TV. Should be nice and relaxed, seeing the market clearly. We are long 138,796.
Here we go. We're due for another raise. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Some sellers. Here we go. Here we go. Just breached 18,500 in the NASDAQ. So 18,500 in NASDAQ pretty much correlates with 5,250 in the S&Ps. Those kind of levels that we're kind of holding around, chopping around.
And I'm out of that for $2,000.
See,
2 G's? Damn, Nick T.
Wow.
What's up, Eddie?
Wow, what?
People are making money over there.
We got the MOC imbalance, 2.1 billion
to
the sell side.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot.
Now with Dolby, that's good, right?
Size.
No, that's not good. I'm long. That's terrible.
What would Tuckman say? Tuckman say that's a big one, right?
That's a big one. Yeah, anything between 2 and 3 billion is considered sizable.
Okay, Roger that.
Yeah,
nice 2 G's there for Nick T.
I don't have the equities in my live. All right, so never mind. I wanted to get into that, but it's gone now. Let's see what happens around 52.41.
41, right?
Which is where the anomaly is. Yeah.
Yep, that's what, if you guys missed it earlier, D and Hogue had identified 52.4175 in the S&Ps. One more time, that's 52.41.75. Let's target that.
Yeah.
Yes, dropped, and let's go. Great filibuster says.
All right, I'm moving my stop up to just below that previous 1 minute low.
I say 5,200 close. Let's see.
Yep. 7 minutes, less than 8 minutes left in the session. Here we go. Dow turning over.
Cut a little bit of bid. We'll see what happens though. It really needs to get back above 38,800 if this has a chance to like make bears really nervous.
Are there any bears left after today?
I mean,
I don't know.
Someone definitely got liquidated at some point.
Yeah,
there were some of those moves today where it's like, that was somebody getting pushed out of a position.
The shorts got smoked, man. The shorts got smoked. I've been there. I've definitely been there. That's why I don't get short anymore.
It's hard to be short. Like this is why, like,
it's hard
with the NASDAQ in particular. Like, I don't even bother to take anything short more than 20.
But you just did. Hold on, Nick T. You just did. You made 2 G's on it. Come on.
I know, but that was 10 lots and that was 10 points. I don't hold shorts really more. If you ask anybody that I trade with, if I'm holding more than 20 points on a short, it's a scary thought to be short.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's just like it's I mean, yeah. Here we go. 7 minutes, less than. Beneath 52.50 in the S&Ps, beneath 18,500 in the NASDAQ. Gold is just chilling at the just a buck beneath the all-time highs here. 5241. Hoop asked the question. 5241 coming? We will find out here. But that 2.1 billion sell side MOC, I mean, you think it would have been a little bit more push to the downside. I mean, that's all it's got.
I mean, yeah. Buyers did a decent job, at least temporarily, of kind of halting this. I mean, I for sure thought it would have just melted below 38,800. But even on the 1 minute, like buyers have come in and have done some work in, preventing this from just completely free falling.
Mm-hmm. John with the update, ES Delta minus 4,200. Thank you, John.
I mean, there still is some decent size up around my entry for this long. So we got like 40 lots, 50, 60 lots, 66 lots, all between like 794 and like 806, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, did I miss some positive news in Apple today that explains why it's up 5%?
Chat? Usually it's
no idea.
Chat will see it.
I have no idea. I just noticed that.
Someone will know.
Yep, someone will know. That's what we're here for at TopstepTV. Everyone watches out for each other. Nick T's asking, did we miss some news on Apple as to why it's up 5% today? AI. Easy answer, of course. Just say AI. 2 letters. When in doubt, just say AI. Yeah.
One of my doggies freaking out for some reason.
Another pop here in
I was having some
gold.
fun with AI song creation this morning. It was a lot of fun.
AI chip called the M4. There you go. Chip. Thank you, chat. Damn, our chat's so good. Oh, here we go. 55.
Oh,
boom.
Yeah.
What are you booming? Gold?
No, boom. 255 just hit. Liquidity injection.
Nice.
Yeah.
Markets rock and roll.
Yep.
Yep, gold as well onto the upside. We're $11 away from 2,400. Boom. John McEnroe or John Madden. Gold's still cruising.
Yeah, YM hanging in there a little bit. Doesn't feel great, but it's trying.
Well, we got 77% short in the YM, 72% short in the NASDAQ, 70% short in the ES. Everyone's leaning short in the equities.
Yeah.
As gold continues to make new highs, crude turning to the upside.
Yeah, kind of a no man's land with this trade too. I mean, our stop's like in a fair place, but the structure for the most part is kind of broken down for the setup we were looking for.
Okay.
It's not really firing either way, is it?
No.
Equities were not, the party was not in equities for Power Hour. The party was in gold and crude.
Yeah.
Maybe down a little bit.
You don't see that often, I'll tell you
You
now.
don't, D. You don't. This one's got me stumped a little bit. I'm a little bit stumped here. I'm not going to lie.
I think the last time I saw this was a few weeks ago, and it was after the markets reopened, it popped. So I made about $1.5 grand on that. But I haven't seen it go this high up for Power Hour on gold. Usually it's just dead. Like if you get like 20 ticks of range, it's like that's a good move. And look at it now. Just keep going.
2390, 2391. Will we see it? I'm sure we'll. Oh, there it goes. 91s. Wow, gold. So everyone just watch gold if you're not trading.
Yeah, man.
Just watch the gold chart.
Let's drag that over.
Dow selling off. NASDAQ. Kind of trying to turn over. S&P's trying to turn over.
I'm out.
Okay.
I'm down, $63? So kind of 2 scratches, basically.
Yes, 52.45 close. Let's see.
What do you got, Nick T?
I just want to see if we close. Like
I love that shirt, by the way.
Above.
Love that shirt, Nick. Texas, man. You guys, man. You guys love that state. You guys love that shit so much.
Well, I've abandoned my own state. I'm a California boy.
That's right. You are Cali.
I've lived here for better part of a decade. So
all respect. So you're a Texan. Nice. Yes, slow market's going to be lit. Indeed. Don't forget to tune into slow markets with Mr. Dakota. The man has been hot lately trading. So please tune in for the slow markets this evening, 8 p.m. Central. We've got 400 lot here in S&P's on the offer, 52.46.75. Biggest order I've seen today filled.
But yeah, look at gold. It's just tagged R1. Yeah, R1.
No, gold is
it's going higher.
Silver too.
No. Yep. So the R1 level is something that only happens statistically about 2% of the time.
Wow.
So we're seeing a very, very rare day here.
Interesting.
So R1 was located about 2390, and it's just blown right past it. So this is definitely news related. Damn, I should have stayed in.
Yeah, right. All right, guys, we got 45 seconds left in the session. Nick T, thank you so much for joining us again on Power Hour. Let's make this a regular thing. Boy, gold is not done, folks. Gold is not done at all. My God.
No.
I need to learn how to trade other things that aren't the indices because, I can't do days like this. Afternoons like this.
You just did well. You did well today, Nick T.
Yeah, you did well.
I had a great day. But it's like
my
trading instrument is just useless to me right now.
No one's gonna feel bad for you today, Nick. I hate to tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
That is
Yeah,
true.
you've done all right.
I love it, man. Thank you for joining us,
No
my friend.
FOMO.
It's been awesome.
No FOMO.
There you go. Under
And
5,200.
52. Yep. Everyone,
Yeah,
all the
that
bell to bellers.
consolidation.
Thank you so much for joining us. That was a hell of a session. Eddie's gonna get the bell here. Nick, Dolby, Deanna. It's been real. Look at all that liquidity coming in the markets here. Look at all these MOC orders. Wow.
Something I noticed too, a little bit late, but big time megaphone formation on the 1 hour for YM.
Right. Anomaly
So,
tagged in the S 52, 41.75 was tagged.
Good stuff today, guys. That was awesome. See you guys tomorrow. Eddie, take it away, my man.
Yes, sir.